Here's one clause you've almost certainly had to use as a quantity surveyor in 2020 and 2021. Force majeure. Hopefully, it's not a clause we need to use in 2022, but I guess we'll soon find out. Before we jump into this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon to get alerts every time we upload a new video on Wednesdays. The term force majeure comes from French law, where the literal translation is superior force. You may have heard of vie majeure, which refers to an act of God, whilst in France the term has a defined legal meaning. In English law, it does not, and it's dealt with in different ways by different forms of contracts. Very broadly, however, it relates to exceptional, unforeseen events or circumstances that are beyond the reasonable control of a party to a contract and which prevent or impede performance of their obligations under the contract. Generally, it cannot be an event that the party could reasonably have avoided or overcome, or an event attributable to the other party. Examples of force majeure include natural catastrophes such as earthquakes, floods, or volcanoes, strikes other than by the contractor or subcontractors, exceptionally adverse weather. This is usually a 1 in 100 year event. Fires, wars and other hostilities such as terrorism, unforeseen changes to legislation, and epidemics or pandemics. Now, this is where you've either tried to use a clause or used a clause successfully in the past 2 years. 2020 and 2021 has been unprecedented, and so too have the claims relating to it. So, is COVID-19 a force majeure event? According to a RICS article published in 2021, the precise words used in the contract matter, both in the standard contract and any amendments. JCT contracts refer to force majeure without any further explanation. In the case of the British and Associated Industries Limited versus Partly Pressings Limited, the term "the usual force majeure conditions shall apply" was found to be too vague and therefore unenforceable. However, it's unlikely a court would find the JCT force majeure clause void. This would have serious repercussions for the construction industry. If an extension of time is not given to a contractor, they may potentially be liable to pay damages for the delay of the completion. In a far longer definition, the NEC requires the event to have a small chance of occurring, that it would have been unreasonable for an experienced contractor to have allowed for it. For the NEC, foreseeability is crucial. Unfortunately, there's no guaranteed answer as to whether COVID-19 is a force majeure event for any given contract, bearing in mind the impact that the pandemic has had on the country, the economy, and construction. RICS's view is that COVID-19 is likely to be a force majeure event, particularly under a JCT or NEC contract. The complete article can be found in our description below. Metroun, a commercial hub to your business.